Yin, you flinched violently when his voice echoed through the house. Your eyes squeezed shut on instinct, and your fingers immediately clutched the fabric of your dress tightly. Yin, why is he like this? You muttered under your breath, almost whining to yourself. The moment Jungkook had stepped out of the kitchen to answer a phone call, you had practically fled from the living room like a thief escaping the scene. He wasn't supposed to be home yet. He never came home before 9. But today he had walked through the front door at 6 in the evening, catching you completely off guard. You had been peacefully working on your laptop in the living room. And now, your entire plan for the evening had been ruined. Because for the past few weeks, you had developed a strange habit. Whenever Jungkook came home, you would either genuinely fall asleep, or pretend to. Anything to avoid facing him, anything to avoid those eyes. But today, Jungkook had other plans. He wanted to cook. He wanted both of you to eat dinner together. And apparently, he wasn't willing to let you disappear. Jungkook, baby. His voice came again, louder this time. Where are you? Just as the words reached your ears, the bedroom door slowly opened. You looked up immediately and blinked. There he stood, still wearing his office shirt with the sleeves rolled up to his elbows, his hair slightly messy from running his fingers through it while talking on the phone. There was a softness in his eyes that made your heart betray you once again. But then his eyebrows slowly rose. Jungkook, what are you doing? His gaze swept around the room and froze. Clothes everywhere, half-open drawers, your makeup kit on the floor, a pile of dresses beside you, and you, sitting right in the middle of the mess in front of your wardrobe. You quickly lowered your eyes. Yin, I just thought I'd clean my wardrobe while you cook. His expression immediately fell. Jungkook, oh, just one word. But you heard the disappointment in it, because all day, he had been excited. He had come home early, bought ingredients, even planned to cook your favorite food, and somewhere in his mind, he had imagined you standing beside him in the kitchen, stealing bites from his chopping board, and maybe even hugging him from behind while he cooked. Not this. Not you hiding in the bedroom. He bit his lip lightly and walked further inside, and you immediately busied yourself with the clothes in front of you. But the moment he took another step, you hurriedly picked up a shirt from the floor, and another, anything to avoid looking at him. His head tilted slightly, his eyes softened. Were you avoiding him? The thought made something inside him sink. He slowly walked over and crouched beside you. Jungkook, Jungkook, I'll help you with this later. Come on. He smiled gently. I'm almost done cooking. His hand reached for the clothes in your hands, but the moment he touched them, you held onto them tighter. His movement stopped. Your eyes remained fixed on the pile. Yin, I'll be done soon too. You forced a small smile. Yin, you can go. Jungkook looked at the mountain of clothes, then at you, then back at the clothes again. It would take hours, and you both knew it. His eyes slowly moved back to your face, and his heart hurt, because you still weren't looking at him. Not once, not properly, not since he'd come home. Jungkook, are you avoiding me? The question came so suddenly that your breath caught in your throat. You looked up in surprise, because before you could even prepare yourself, Jungkook had already pushed the pile of clothes away with one hand and sat directly in front of you. Dresses, shirts, and his hoodies that you had dragged out in panic collapsed beside him, but he didn't even glance at them. His entire attention was on you. Yin, huh? Your eyes widened slightly. Jungkook, he answered softly, his head tilting slightly. Then, with the gentlest smile, he reached up and tucked the strand of hair that had fallen over your face behind your ear. Are you? He hesitated, his voice becoming quieter. Are you upset about something? His eyes searched your face. Jungkook, did I do something? Your heart squeezed painfully. You bit your lips hard, too hard, and immediately shook your head. Yin, no, too fast, too desperately. And Jungkook noticed. Of course he noticed. Slowly, his thumb moved beneath your chin, gently coaxing your lower lip from between your teeth. He frowned slightly when he saw the mark your teeth had left there. Jungkook, baby. Jungkook, look what you've done to it. Without even thinking about it, he wiped away the tiny bit of saliva you had created from nervously biting your lips over and over. But his heart unexpectedly sank when you immediately moved your face away, and that hurt more than he expected. Jungkook, I think you don't like the spaghetti. Is that why? You quickly shook your head. Yin, no, I like it, I really do. I just don't feel like eating much right now. A soft smile appeared on his face, concern replacing the confusion in his eyes. Jungkook, then you should have told me, sweetheart. It's okay. I'll make something lighter for you instead. Pancakes, some soup, maybe waffles, whatever sounds good to you. You simply sat there, clutching the fabric of your dress tightly in your hands, looking everywhere, at the floor, at the pile of clothes, anywhere but him. Because first, he was so close, his knees nearly touched yours, and second, he was looking at you with those eyes, those soft, patient eyes that only became gentler when he was worried. As if he genuinely couldn't rest until he knew what was wrong. Jungkook, all right then. His voice became quieter. You've left me with no choice, sweetheart. You looked up, Yin, but you couldn't even finish. A surprised gasp escaped your lips when one of his arms wrapped around your shoulders, and the other slid beneath your knees. Yin, hey, what are you? But your voice died immediately, because he had already lifted you, and not just lifted you. He pulled you completely against him. Your body naturally curled toward him, your cheek ending up against his chest. His arms held you securely, like you weighed nothing, like carrying you was the most natural thing in the world. And somehow, being pressed against him so suddenly made your protests disappear. He held you close, your cheek against his chest, your body curled instinctively toward him, and saying anything suddenly felt impossible. Jungkook, I won't let you sleep on an empty stomach. His voice rumbled softly above your head. And don't worry about the clothes. He smiled faintly. I'll take care of them later. Truthfully, he could have held you differently. But instead, he had wrapped one arm around your shoulders, almost hugging you to him, while his other arm supported your legs. His fingers remained loose and gentle, never gripping tightly, never rushing, and even though your anxiety was making your fingers clutch his shirt collar and wrinkle his sleeve completely, Jungkook didn't care, not even a little. His expensive shirt could be ruined, but nothing mattered more than you. Still, his own heart was beating so hard, because having you in his arms like this, feeling you instinctively cling to him, made something inside him soften. But only if you knew how hard these past few weeks had been for him, how much it hurt every time you looked away, how every small distance felt enormous, how he smiled through it because he thought maybe you were tired, or stressed, or simply needed space. But every time you avoided his eyes, every time you quietly disappeared into another room, it chipped away at him, because loving you had never taught him how to walk away, only how to stay. Yin, are you even comfortable? After a while of eating in silence, you finally spoke. You had been stealing glances at him every few seconds. His chair had somehow ended up almost touching yours. His knee occasionally brushed yours beneath the table, and his shoulder was close enough that if either of you moved just a little, you'd bump into each other. Jungkook looked up immediately. Jungkook, He nodded naturally, but then his eyes widened. Jungkook, oh. He straightened slightly. Wait, are you not comfortable? His hand immediately moved toward the chair. Should I move? His voice carried genuine concern. I can move, baby. He was trying to give you space, but at the same time, he wasn't moving unless you wanted him to, because he wanted to stay close. He wanted to feel your presence beside him. Even now, even after you had spent days avoiding him. Jungkook, say something. His hand rested on the chair. I won't know what you want if you choose to stay quiet, Yin. Your fingers tightened around the spoon. You didn't even know which answer he was asking for anymore. About the chair? About the distance? About everything? Yin, you lowered your eyes. I'm fine. You forced a small smile. You can sit. But the second those words left your mouth, something in Jungkook's chest hurt, because the smile didn't reach your eyes. For a few moments, only the sound of spoons and the rain outside filled the room. Then he suddenly smiled to himself. Jungkook, you know. His voice was quiet. I've been trying to come home early for so long. He chuckled softly. Almost every day I would tell myself, today I'll finish quickly. His eyes moved to the soup he had cooked, and I finally managed to do it. I was excited all afternoon. Then the smile faded. But I don't think you're happy to see me. Your head snapped up. His voice wasn't angry. That was the problem. He sounded disappointed in himself. As though he had failed somewhere and couldn't understand where. But how could you explain? How could you tell him? How could you tell the man who looked at you with nothing but love that you were terrified? Not because you hated him, not because you didn't love him, but because you remembered that night, your wedding day, the blood, the cold look in his eyes, the way he had killed that man who tried to force himself on you. You knew why he did it. You knew he protected you. You knew you should be grateful. And God, you loved him. You loved him so much, but the image never left your mind, and somewhere inside your heart, a terrible fear had settled. A fear that whispered, what if one day he gets angry with me? What if I disappoint him? What if I do something he doesn't like? What if? No, Jungkook would never. You knew that, yet fear didn't listen to logic. Fear didn't care how much he loved you. And that made you hate yourself, because while he kept loving you with his whole heart, you couldn't stop being afraid. Yin, I am happy. Your voice came out quickly. His eyes lifted toward you. I really am. You forced yourself to smile. I just didn't expect you to come so suddenly. His eyebrows softened immediately. Jungkook, oh, that, he nodded. I understand. He smiled gently. Jungkook, and I promise I'll tell you before I come home early. You blinked. Yin, no, that's not what I mean. His eyes looked confused. It's your house. You don't have to inform anyone before coming. Jungkook stared at you. Jungkook, no, his answer came immediately. I should inform you. He smiled softly, especially you. His eyes wandered around the house. This is more your home than mine now, Yin. Jungkook, you work from home. You spend all day here. You take care of everything. His eyes moved back to you. You make this place feel warm. He smiled. And if I'm coming home early, I should tell my wife, because she lives here too. Yin, no, you whispered, but still, you couldn't continue, because you had nothing to say, no explanation. So your eyes moved away again, looking around desperately for something else, anything. And then you noticed his bowl. His soup was almost finished. Relief washed over you. Yin, do you want more soup? You quickly stood up. Jungkook, let me. He started immediately, but he didn't even get to finish. Your hand bumped the water jug beside it. Everything happened too fast. The jug tilted, the soup bowl slipped, and the next second, hot soup spilled directly onto Jungkook's hand. Yin, oh, Jungkook, your voice broke instantly. Panic shot through you. You grabbed his hand without thinking and pulled it toward you, eyes wide as you started wiping the soup off, with your fingers first, then reaching for tissues. Jungkook, I'm fine, he said quickly, but he didn't pull away. That was the strange part. He just stayed still, watching you, feeling your hands on him like it was the first time something so simple had ever felt this overwhelming, because it was the first time you were touching him like this without hesitation. His throat went dry. He should have focused on the burn, but instead, all he could focus on was you. Jungkook let out a small breath. Jungkook, it just stings a bit, he said, trying to sound normal, but it wasn't convincing at all. And then, he gave a small awkward laugh, like he didn't know how else to react to the way you were looking at him. Yin, I'm sorry, you kept saying, voice shaking. I didn't mean to. Jungkook, I know, he cut in softly. I know you didn't. Your hands paused for a second. Yin, come with me. You didn't even wait. You grabbed his wrist and led him toward the sink. He followed easily, not resisting at all, just letting you pull him, and something about that, about you leading him, made something inside him soften in a way he couldn't explain. At the sink, you turned the tap on and started rinsing his hand under cool water. Yin, I'm so sorry, Jungkook, you whispered again. Jungkook, it was an accident, Yin, he said gently. It's fine. But your fingers didn't stop, and then your hand slid slightly over his palm. His breath hitched, just for a second, so small you didn't notice, but his body did. His head tilted slightly to the side, and his gaze stayed fixed on your face instead of his hand. The water ran between your fingers and his, and suddenly the entire moment felt too close, too intimate in a way neither of you were acknowledging. Then, almost casually, he lifted his hand slightly. Jungkook, please, wash here too, he added, pointing to his pinky finger. You nodded immediately and focused on it, rubbing it gently under the water. And while you did that, he shifted a step closer. Not enough to crowd you, just enough so his lips hovered near your ear as he spoke. Jungkook, do you like taking care of me this much? Your entire body froze for a second. Your grip on his hand tightened slightly without meaning to. Suddenly, you turned away quickly, almost rushing out of the kitchen. Yin, I'll get ointment, you muttered, and disappeared. Jungkook stood there for a moment, water still running over his hand. Then he exhaled a quiet laugh under his breath. Jungkook, how adorable. You came back a minute later with ointment in your hand, focused, serious, like you were handling something life-threatening. He was still by the sink, and you made him sit again like he had no choice. Yin, this will help, you said quickly, unscrewing the cap. It'll feel better. Jungkook leaned back in his chair, watching you. Jungkook, What is more relieving, he said softly, than wife touching me like this? You stopped, Yin, huh? He tilted his head. Jungkook, you blinked at him, flustered. Yin, I'll apply it, you said quickly, avoiding his eyes, and when your fingers finally touched his skin again, he whispered, Jungkook, I think, Jungkook said with a thoughtful hum, looking at the ointment, I have earned something. You blinked, Yin, He raised his injured hand dramatically. Jungkook, my right hand is wounded. His eyes widened innocently, and unfortunately I am not a very good eater with my left hand. A small smile tugged on his lips. So I think you have to feed me too. There wasn't a hint of teasing in his voice, just soft playfulness, and you nodded immediately. Without hesitation, after all, you were the one who spilled the soup, and you were thankful that he wasn't angry. Yin, I will. His heart skipped. He tilted his head slightly, trying to catch your eyes, and when he saw your awkward little smile, he almost smiled himself. God, he had missed that smile, even if it looked nervous, even if it only lasted 2 seconds. You quickly put away the ointment and sat beside him again. Yin, You nervously picked up the spoon. What do you want first? Jungkook, just the soup, he answered immediately, and internally, he was smiling so much it almost hurt. Thank you. He mouthed softly before opening his mouth, and your eyes lowered immediately, focusing on the spoon. 1 bite, 2 bites, 3, 4, and then, something caught his attention. Your fingers, they were gripping the spoon too tightly, and the pinky finger, which wasn't holding anything, was shaking, just slightly, so slightly that another person would have missed it, but Jungkook's eyes had nowhere else to look except you. How could he not notice? His smile slowly faded. Jungkook, Yin, You looked up immediately. Something else? Spaghetti? But instead of answering, he gently took the spoon from your fingers. You blinked, and before you could ask anything, he set it down on the table, then slowly turned your palm upward. Your hand rested in his, and that was when he saw it clearly. Not just your pinky, but all your fingers were trembling. Yin, what happened? You asked softly. You tried to pull your hand away, but you couldn't, not because he stopped you forcefully, but because he simply extended his other hand and cupped yours between both of his palms, protecting it, keeping it warm. He stayed silent for several seconds, just looking down at your hand. Then slowly, he lifted his eyes to yours, and your heart clenched, because he smiled, but it was sad. The kind people gave when they already knew the answer but prayed they were wrong. Jungkook, it's been almost a month since our marriage. He spoke carefully, and I want to know something. You nodded, looking away again, but this time, he wouldn't let you. Look at me please, he was pleading, and slowly you did, just slightly, but it was enough for him. His thumb slowly traced circles on your palm. Do I make you uncomfortable? Yin, no, your answer came immediately. You don't. Jungkook, tell me. His voice softened further. Yin, you don't. Jungkook, please tell me. Yin, you swallowed, and your chest tightened, because he knew something was wrong. And now and no matter how much you denied it, he wouldn't let himself be fooled. His eyes dropped to your trembling fingers. How am I supposed to believe you? A painful smile appeared on his face. Jungkook, when even your body is betraying your words, like they were something precious. I love you, Yin. You know that, right? And suddenly, he went quiet, because he had already said enough. He had already opened every door. Now it was your turn, and when the silence stretched too long, you lowered your head. Yin, I'm sorry. Jungkook chuckled quietly, almost confused, but his eyes caught the little bit of soup clinging to the corner of your lips. He wiped it away with his thumb. Jungkook, for what, baby? Your eyes filled. Yin, for making you feel like you're the only one loving. His smile disappeared. So you knew he felt that way. Yin, I don't hate you, you whispered, or anything. But your throat closed, your breathing became uneven, and Jungkook immediately moved your hair away from your face. His eyes became worried. Jungkook, He leaned closer. Tell me. His voice dropped so low that your whisper could reach him. And then, you finally said it. Yin, that man, he just held my hand. Tears slipped from your eyes, and you killed him. Jungkook froze, completely. His brain stopped. This was the answer. Not because you hated him. Not because you felt new. Not because you didn't love him. You were scared of him. The realization twisted his stomach. Because he remembered that night, and he remembered the blood, but he never, not once, thought you had been carrying this fear. Jungkook, no, he immediately shook his head. No, Yin, that isn't Yin. Whatever he did, your voice broke. Did he really deserve to die? He slowly cupped your cheeks, his thumbs wiping your tears away, and he made sure you looked into his eyes. Jungkook, listen to me. His voice was calm, gentle. That man wasn't part of the event staff. Your eyebrows furrowed. He wasn't supposed to be there. We found that out later. He had entered, using someone else's credentials. He wasn't working. He was there with a purpose. His jaw tightened slightly, and for the first time tonight, his eyes darkened, not with anger, but with the memory itself. His thumb stroked your cheek. Jungkook, Yin. His voice softened again. He wasn't simply holding your hand. He intended to take you. His voice became softer, but there was conviction behind every word. Tell me, Yin, was I supposed to just stand there and watch? He slowly shook his head. No, his jaw tightened slightly. He deserved to answer for what he had done. What happened wasn't because I lost control or because I was angry over a hand on yours. Jungkook, it was because he was dangerous, because he would have destroyed countless lives if no one stopped him. Silence fell between you. You sat there quietly, your cheeks resting between both his hands, tears continuously slipping down your face. Everything you had convinced yourself of for the past month was slowly falling apart. Yin, I was so scared. Jungkook, you sniffled. I thought another tear escaped. Yin, I thought you killed him without any reason. His eyes immediately softened, and then, after struggling with your words, after swallowing down weeks of fear, you finally whispered, I thought. Your lips trembled. If someday I did something wrong, you looked down. You would. You couldn't even finish. His heart clenched painfully. Before you could say another word, he suddenly pulled you into his arms. His chair scraped against the floor as he wrapped his arms tightly around your waist, bringing you against him without hesitation. And without thinking, without fear, without even realizing it, you buried your face into his chest and broke down. His eyes closed the second your cheek rested there. His hand trembled as it rubbed your back. Jungkook, baby. He lowered his head against yours. Jungkook, do you know what hurt me the most? His arms tightened around you. It wasn't that you didn't smile, didn't hug, or that you barely even looked at me. It was watching you become nervous around me. His voice shook, watching you first smiles, watching you look away whenever I came close, watching you act like you had to be careful around your own husband. He swallowed hard. Jungkook, and I kept thinking, what am I doing wrong? Am I not loving her enough? Am I making her unhappy? Did I become a burden to her? A small laugh escaped him, but it sounded painful. And all this time, his hand gently cradled the back of your head. You were scared of me. He shut his eyes tightly, and that thought almost killed me. Yin. He pressed a kiss into your hair. I would rather spend my whole life being hated by you than see fear in your eyes when you look at me. His voice cracked again. I would rather die than become the reason you feel unsafe. You understand me, sweetheart? His hand moved to your cheek, making you look at him. His eyes were red now. Never think that my love for you depends on you being perfect. He smiled weakly through his tears. You could disappoint me 1,000 times, and I'd still come home asking whether you've eaten. You could fight with me and ignore me, and I'd still cover you with a blanket while you sleep. You could forget to love me for a while. His lips trembled, and I'd still love you enough for the both of us. He kissed your forehead gently and whispered, so don't be scared of me, my love. Be angry with me, fight with me, complain to me, cry in my arms, but don't ever stand far away and suffer alone, because these arms, and hugged you tighter, almost like he was afraid to let go, were never made to hurt you. They were made to hold you. Your throat tightened again, like every word you wanted to say was getting stuck halfway up. He noticed it immediately, and instead of pushing you to speak when you clearly couldn't, he just pulled you closer again, like he understood that right now, silence was all your mind could handle. Jungkook, it's okay, he murmured softly, relax, just like this. His fingers moved slowly through your hair, as if he was trying to calm every scattered thought in your head without forcing you to explain a single one. He pressed a gentle kiss to the top of your head. Jungkook, you don't have to say anything, he said again, quieter this time. Just breathe, hum. And you did, not because the fear was gone instantly, but because his arms didn't feel like pressure anymore. They felt like safety. He stayed like that, holding you without moving. And slowly, your shaking started to fade. Your thoughts, which had been running in sharp loops of guilt and misunderstanding, began to blur at the edges. All the fear you had been holding onto for weeks, all the wrong conclusions, started to feel less real in his arms. Jungkook, you're okay, he whispered once more. I've got you. And for the first time in a long time, your mind stopped fighting itself, it just rested. You snatched the phone from his hand so quickly he barely had time to react, and in the same breath you jumped to the far end of the couch like it was some kind of battlefield. Yin, what the hell, Jungkook? Why would you click that? He looked genuinely offended, like you had just attacked something deeply important to him. Jungkook, please don't delete it, he blurted immediately, already moving after you without even thinking. You narrowed your eyes. Yin, I will. Your thumb hovered over the delete button. His entire expression changed in an instant. Jungkook, no, wait, why? He rushed, scooting closer again, hand half raised like he could physically stop fate. It will only be in my phone. I'll hide it. I'll put it in a locked folder, I swear. You pressed your lips together, fighting a smile. He looked way too serious for someone panicking over a photo. Yin, fine, you said slowly, still suspicious. Do it in front of me. He nodded instantly, obedient now, like this was a very serious negotiation. You leaned in slightly, watching his screen closely, eyes tracking every movement of his fingers. He unlocked the gallery, scrolled, paused. You squinted. Yin, what are the front camera opened? Before you could even process it, snap, another photo. This time your face was tilted down, and your chin looked slightly exaggerated, your expression completely unaware. There was a split second of silence. Then, Yin, Jungkook, he immediately burst into laughter, already trying to pull the phone away, like a criminal caught in action. I didn't mean, it looked cute. Yin, give me the phone, you snapped, lunging forward. And in one swift move, you climbed right on top of him on the couch, pinning him down enough that he lost balance completely. Jungkook, hey, you bit his shoulder in frustration. He yelped, but it didn't sound painful at all. It sounded like laughter breaking through him. He collapsed back into the couch, laughing so hard he had to turn his face away, burying it into the cushion like he was trying to survive your attack. You snatched the phone back immediately. Yin, I'll delete all of it. And you did. One by one, every ridiculous photo vanished. There, you said, breathing out, you deserve that. You scanned the gallery one last time, making sure there were no hidden ones left, but when you looked up, he was still in the exact same position, face hidden in the couch, completely silent, not moving. Your expression shifted slightly. Yin, Jungkook, nothing. You frowned. Okay, I didn't even bite that hard. Come on, stop acting. Still no response. Now you hesitated. Slowly, you leaned closer and grabbed his wrist, trying to tilt him so you could see his face. Jungkook, you barely got the chance to finish your sentence. Yin, hey, and then everything flipped, literally. His smirk appeared first, slow and certain, like he had been waiting for the exact second you let your guard down. Before you could react, his hand was already at your waist. A quick pull, a shift of weight, and suddenly the world turned. Your back hit the couch softly as he rolled you beneath him. Your breath caught. Yin, Jungkook, but he didn't let you finish. Both your wrists were gathered in one hand and lifted above your head, pinned gently but firmly against the couch cushion, completely stopping you from escaping. His other hand rested beside your head as he leaned over you. Jungkook, he murmured, almost amused. Let's talk like this, shall we? Your eyes widened. Yin, leave me. Jungkook, An. He shook his head slowly, completely calm. I won't. Jungkook, hey you. Instead of moving away, he shifted even closer, pressing his weight down, just enough that your words got stuck in your throat for a second. Your eyes fluttered shut briefly from the sudden closeness, and then he spoke again, softer this time. Jungkook, can't I even have my wife's photo on my phone? You frowned instantly. Yin, no, you can't. Jungkook, why? You blinked at him like the answer was obvious. Yin, what do you mean why? You always take the worst photos of me and then set them as your wallpaper. Everyone in your office sees them. He let out a small laugh, completely unbothered. Jungkook, I have separate phones, baby. Work phone and personal phone are different. A pause, and I may or may not already have your wallpaper on both. You gasped. Yin, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Jungkook, but it's not worst, he said immediately, leaning a little closer, his eyes soft now. It's cute. Yin, cute my foot, you muttered, turning your face away with a tight pout, and that small reaction, your lips pressed, your cheeks slightly warm. Your stubborn refusal to look at him. It hit him harder than anything else. His whole expression softened. For a second, he forgot what he was even doing. You two had gotten closer over the past weeks. More teasing, more comfort, more time spent tangled in each other's space like it was natural now. But this closeness, this felt different, like something right on the edge of becoming real. Jungkook, baby, he said quietly. His grip on your wrists loosened slowly. Then he leaned down and pressed a soft kiss to your forehead. When he pulled back, his voice had dropped even more. Can I ask you something? You looked up at him, cautious but not pulling away. Yin, yeah, you can. He hesitated for half a second. Jungkook, will you refuse? Yin, it depends on what you ask. That made him exhale through his nose, almost amused at your honesty. But his hands didn't leave you. Instead, he slowly guided your arms down from above your head and wrapped them around his neck, like he wanted you closer, like he needed it for courage. Your heartbeat changed immediately when he settled more comfortably against you. Too close, his eyes stayed on yours for a moment longer than usual. Then, finally, he said it. Jungkook, I want to kiss you. Yin, well, there is no big deal. You said it quickly, almost quickly, like you were trying to convince yourself more than him. Before your nerves could catch up, you suddenly leaned up and pressed a soft peck to his lips. It was quick, light, barely there. But Jungkook froze completely. His whole body went still like someone had paused him mid-breath. His eyes widened just slightly, and for a second he didn't even move. You immediately pulled back, trying to act normal, pretending like your heart wasn't about to fall out of your chest. Jungkook stared at you, then a small smirk slowly formed on his lips. Jungkook, one more. He said it so casually, like he had just been given permission to breathe again. He leaned in a little closer, clearly waiting. You swallowed, nervous, but you did it again. Another soft peck, and then you pulled back. He didn't even let the moment settle. Jungkook, more. This time his voice was lower, more demanding in a playful way that made your stomach twist. You blinked at him, but before you could even think too much, you leaned in again and kissed him once more, and again, until he didn't wait this time. The moment you leaned in again, he caught your lips properly. Not a peck, not a hesitation, but closing the distance fully. His lips pressed against yours, and a soft, startled sound escaped you. Yin, your eyes fluttered shut instantly. His hand moved without hesitation, pulling you closer, and your arms instinctively wrapped tighter around his neck, holding onto him like you didn't want even a second of space between you two. Jungkook, oh fuck, he cursed under his breath the moment he felt your chest press fully against him, his breath catching like it had been knocked out of him. His grip tightened instinctively, as his balance faltered for a second, his thighs feeling weaker as the closeness hit harder than he expected. And then he kissed you again, deeper this time, like something in him snapped and there was no going back. His lips pressed into yours with more urgency, more heat. His tongue slid against yours, slow at first, then more demanding, as if he was memorizing the feeling of you completely. The kiss turned messy in the best way, breath tangled, movements unsteady, his mouth completely tasting you, lips coated as they moved against yours again and again, without hesitation. His hands didn't stay still for even a second. One moved under your shirt, fingers brushing along your waist, the other tangled into your hair, holding the back of your head gently, grounding you every time the kiss deepened too much. And when your breath started to break between him, he finally slowed, reluctantly, like stopping was harder than continuing. He pulled back just enough for air to return between you, his forehead almost still touching yours. A soft pop sound followed as your lips separated, leaving a heavy silence right after, filled only with both of your uneven breathing. Yin, oh my god. Jungkook immediately loosened his grip, his breath still uneven as reality slowly came back into him. Jungkook, I'm sorry, I got carried away. But even as he said it, he didn't fully let go of you. Instead, he pulled you straight into his chest, wrapping his arms around tightly. You're so addicting. You let out a soft laugh, hiding your face against him, still trying to calm your breathing. Yin, Jungkook. He looked down instantly, still a little breathless, still completely caught in the moment. And then you reached up, gently wiping the saliva from the corner of his lips with your thumb. Before he could even react, you leaned in and kissed him again. Yin, I love you. He froze, completely still, like the world had paused around him just to let that sentence sink in. And then slowly something changed in his expression. A soft smile formed on his lips, small at first, then deeper. Yin, I wanted to say it for a long time now, but I never got the chance, so I'm saying it now. Your voice trembled slightly, but you didn't look away this time. I love you, Jungkook. I love you so much. His chest rose and fell unevenly, like his heart had just shifted completely out of place. Jungkook, you mean it, baby? Yin, I mean it. I really mean it. That was all he needed. His forehead slowly rested against your cheek, a smile spreading across his face so wide it almost hurt to hold. Jungkook, oh, my heart. A soft laugh escaped you, and before you could even settle, he kissed you again. Not rushed this time, not messy, just full of softness. Your lips, your nose, your cheeks. He lingered on your jaw, then your neck, then your collarbone. Kissing you always made something inside him flip softly, and he didn't want that feeling to ever go away. And when he finally came back to your lips, it was slow, lingering, and like he wasn't planning to stop anytime soon. Jungkook, I love you so much, Yin. His voice softened even more as he pulled back, just slightly. And it's never going to be enough for me. I'll never get tired of saying it, or proving it. Before you could respond, he suddenly lifted you up effortlessly in his arms, like it was the most natural thing in the world. You gasped through a laugh, holding onto him instinctively as he stood up. Yin, oh, I love you. Jungkook started walking toward the bedroom without putting you down, smiling against your hair. Jungkook, I love you, I love you, I love you. He paused for a second, tightening his hold just slightly, his voice dropping into something softer, more intimate. Jungkook, and I'm going to spend my whole life making sure you never doubt it again. He kissed your forehead as he continued walking. Because you're not just my love. A small smile curved his lips. You're my home.